GM, AI agents, crypto news and analysis here. I just got back from the gym and work, which is why I'm in this attire right now. But first off, let's talk about the price action of the AI agents tokens. So let's first start off with the base AI. So everything has been green on this day. We've been seeing a little bit of chop, and let's just look at virtuals first off. So we were checking it out here, and now it's literally at all-time highs. So virtuals extremely strong because Ethereum actually bounced a little bit, about 3% or so, which is just a catalyst it needed, because even when Ethereum was chopping, virtuals was super strong, and when we have the slightest bump in Ethereum's price, which virtual is built on, virtual pumps like fucking crazy, right? And that is reflected into pretty much all of the coins that we talk about. Sequoia is up a little bit on the day, and Vader up a lot, pretty much almost 2x since I first started talking about it. Insane strength. And the other ones I like to talk about are Game. So I don't have Game, but this is just up only, man. The strength is insane. I have the beta play convo though, which I did buy around at this level, so I'm up a lot on this. But pretty much every base AI coin and virtuals is pumping like crazy right now, and at least the strongest ones. And the strongest ones I'd like to talk about were Vader AI, and I did talk about Game. I didn't talk about Convo, but I recently found this beforehand. I'll talk about what it does later on in this video, but pretty much a pretty green day for virtuals tokens. Pretty nice if anyone did their research and bought into them and made some money. But let's talk about Solana. So Solana is a little bit bleeding. Kind of sucks a bit, but Solana's just shitting the bed right now. Nothing really too crazy to say about this, but overall, pretty green day for the AI agents and virtuals. And let's go on to cookie.fun. So as you can see, the market cap of the tokens have increased about 10% since yesterday, and fart coins mind share has gone down. AXBT is coming back up, virtual a lot. So we know that virtual basically again is very, very strong and keeping their mind share. And let's just go on to the tweets, do some analysis on what people are saying. And let's go on to this one where it says 2025 is going to be a monster year for base. So many weapons in their arsenal they can use, just waiting for the right time. Anybody actively telling you to fade it is completely insane. So yeah, I completely agree with this, right? Because base chain is the chain of builders. It's the chain where Jesse Polak, he really encourages people to hop onto his chain and develop apps in base instead of like things like Solana. Solana and base are the two biggest chains we got to be focused on right now, right? And Solana, we know that Solana is just the casino. Everyone just gambles on it to pump funds. So builders aren't really that attracted to it. They're attracted to things like base chain here. And we know that base, it's just been getting more and more builders as the time goes, and we aren't even at the peak mania of the bull run just yet, and everything like virtuals here is pumping like crazy. Imagine what happens at peak mania when the AI agents, there's more developments onto them, and we have all the builders coming in, FOMOing in to build their projects here. It's gonna be absolutely insane. We're all super early, at least what I'm saying from here. We're super early to this if you're watching this, but yeah. The next thing I want to talk about is a tweet from Everything Empty, who is essentially co-founder of Virtuals, but he basically says here, a manager's output equals the output of his team and the growth. Virtual success equals success of all agents. As ecosystem contributors, our job is to help agent builders win at all costs. So we got to look at the perspective of how Virtuals work, right? They're trying to make a society of AI agents, and for the Virtuals ecosystem to work, you need the people in it to be good, right? If you think about a country IRL, like a society IRL, it's the people who really have power. It's not really the centralized power that should have all the power. Maybe that'll happen different into the future when they start implementing AI QR codes on your forehead. But for now, at least how it used to be, is that power was always in the people, and power was always into some subsectors that could rebel at any time if the centralized forces were to expel tyranny onto the average person, right? So basically, that's just a bit of a yap, but virtuals, it's only going to succeed if the AI agents do good. So we got to look for the good projects and got to make sure that the developers are really motivated to create good AI agents. But that is just how it works, right? And the next thing I want to talk about here is about Game. So I did talk about Game in the last couple videos and in this video as well. And Game is just pretty much up only if we look at the chart. I mean, this is almost a 2x ever since I talked about it. And this is a huge cap. This is like hundreds of millions of dollars, and now it's just 2x from there. But basically, I haven't really talked about what a super does, but I did some more research onto this, just wanted to see what it was about. But I'll just read it to you guys, where essentially this guy's saying here, Game is like WordPress for AI agents. It allows developers to create and launch AI agents in the quickest time possible, similar to how WordPress made website creation super easy. It would open floodgates to the next generation of social and game agents, which would have the option to be tokenized and launched in IAO through the the virtuals protocol. It would create an interesting flywheel around the virtuals protocol where game would serve as the foundation to build a society of AI agents that could potentially overtake the internet in the near future. Game token utility is not revealed yet, but there are rumors that the token would share revenue of AI agents. Overall, frameworks like Game could reach a peak valuation of over $1 billion if AI agent creation usage surpasses 10,000 in the near future. In a strong AI narrative-driven run, like what we see right now, speculative premium could push the projects to billions even before hitting those numbers. Keep yourself updated about Game. I believe it's a sleeper. Not many people have a clue about it now, but definitely has potential. And as we can see from this diagram right here, is basically talking about how Game works. It's a bit of a high level system, what it's describing here, but essentially what Game is that it is a framework. It's a framework, an infrastructure agent that allows other people, like there's a example I'm going to give later on to this video, but they're talking about Shopify. Actually, I'm just going to show it to you guys really quick here, right? So again, Game is up a lot, basically. If we look at this tweet, right, everything empty, he was basically shilling the shit out of Game Virtual. So Game is also up a lot because Virtuals is really pushing Game here. Game was made by the people who made Virtuals, but everything empty is essentially showing that a tweet here given by Virtuals, they're comparing it to what Shopify is, and this is going to be a metaphor for you guys to understand what Game does. But every society has core infrastructure crucial to its growth and development. Game Virtuals plays that role as the Shopify for Virtuals, the base acting as Swift. Shopify contributes to $500 billion in economic activity yearly by providing low-code infrastructure for payments, logistics, and customer support in e-commerce. Game is a low-code, plug-and-play, and modular framework for autonomous agent creation and participation in agent commerce. Swift is the messaging system for payments between financial institutions with 50 million messages a day, and Virtuals is basically facilitates agent-to-agent interactions, transactions, and commerce via the on-chain agent registry and smart contracts on Base. By taking care of the infra, Game enables devs to focus on what truly matters for the agents, building differentiating features that distinguish them from the crowd. The vision is clear: agent commerce to flip human commerce in the next year, and Game will be the backbone of value creation in the agent society. So as we can see from this tweet here, he's essentially comparing Game to Shopify. Shopify is a platform that allows dropshippers to create a store so people can sell things to you, right? It's going to be providing the logistics, the customer support. It's the backbone, and that's what Game does as a framework inherently, right? And then we have the payment system. Well, Shopify doesn't really super have that inherently, but that's where Swift comes into play for the payment system. And they're basically saying, okay, well, the payment system for Game and the AI agents in this ecosystem, for them to transact value to each other, is through this token called Virtuals, which they give it value as a result of it being an infrastructure as currency, right? And the third thing I want to talk about is, let's look at this tweet where this guy is saying, I repeat, pay attention to Game and Convo. I think they're materially undervalued relative to Virtual. So Convo was another thing that I was talking about. I haven't talked about it just yet until this video here, and I did my research onto it, and as I said, I'm up a lot on it, but I did some research on Convo, if I can just find it here. But basically, this is another infrastructure coin. I think this one's super undervalued compared to Game and Virtuals, because this is pretty much in the same level. It's kind of in a trio, in a trinity. Game is the backbone, and then Virtuals is the currency. And in Convo, what this is here is it's essentially, if I can pull up the website here, I just want to read it to you guys. The prefrontal cortex Convo agent is an advanced AI system built for meaningful dynamic conversations. It integrates perception, long-term memory, and decision-making to deliver personalized, context-aware responses. Unlike traditional agents, it consciously decides how to respond, engaging in deep conversations, retaining information across sessions, and making autonomous decisions. Currently, it's powering over 200 agents with more than 1 million requests processed in the first 2 months. So basically what Convo here is, it's a little bit of a beta to Game, where Game is a framework for AI agents to do shit, right? But then what if you want them to talk to each other in terms of a text, right? Because if we think of the field of conversation, when we humans, we want to have conversations with other people, we need to connect with them and build something, right? It's a lot of connections going on in the brain. Game doesn't really, it's not really catered to that. But what Convo here, it's, I guess you can think of it as the LLM. It's the speech. It's more of a communicator. Instead of Virtuals being the currency, it's the communicator between the AI agents and perhaps other AI agents and perhaps even humans, right? Because you need that communication aspect too, unless you're just telepathic like that. But Convo is a bit of a beta to Game. And I think this one is super undervalued compared to other ones, because this is just as equally useful as Virtuals in Game, in my opinion, Convo, because that communication aspect is pretty important as well. You can't really have people doing shit without them communicating. Maybe that sounds like some mumbo jumbo, but that is the rhetoric I think. I think this token is extremely undervalued in comparison, and the chart is just reflecting on that. I mean, up 153% in about a day or so. I'm pretty happy I got into this. The next tweet I want to talk about here is this person from, I talk about this guy's tweets, but he says, wake up, opens Twitter, timeline flooding crypto agents, opens CoinGecko, crypto agent sector is one of two sectors showing huge strength in this market dip. Opens email, Binance Alpha listing multiple top agents, preempt a step before potential spot listing. Multiple T1 exchanges launching AI agent coin perps, also proceeds spot. Checks on-chain, Wintermute, amassing big AI agent bags, example GOAT, Virtuals IO agents be breaking all-time highs, AS16Z DAO core team releases new novel primitive, raising $6 million in 1 hour, and agent token weekly volume consistently growing. Checks notes, multiple teams heads down, working on new agent primitives going live weekly, Aleza activity through the roof, new agent frameworks being released, puts down, phone, sleeps. And he made another tweet basically just bull posting AI once again, where he's basically saying here, let me get this straight. Ex-AI16 Chad appointed to guide AI policy in the USA. Incoming president and vice president owns crypto. Incoming president also runs DeFi protocol, buying $10 million of Ethereum and alts every week. Pro technologist and big crypto owner David Sachs appointed as crypto and AI czar. Opening AI releases their A agent product in Q1 following the release of their most powerful LM yet, O3. Google releasing text and video model capable of making motion picture standard videos. AI agents of tokens outperforming top human KOLs. 15 plus teams expecting to launch DeFi enabled AI agents Q1. Multiple agent frameworks produced by crypto AI teams improving exponentially every week. Just check the GitHubs. Global liquidity going through the roof plus rate cuts, and you're still bearish crypto AI. So a lot of people, they're not super reading about AI, right? Because AI, it's so much shit you have to learn, right? You got to learn about machine learning. You got to learn about AI agents. You got to learn about LLMs. You got to learn about GPTs. It's a lot of shit to learn, right? But if you put in the effort and understand how this tech is and how useful it would be into the future and how it will impact people's lives, because we're still relatively early to AI, right? AI is not really at the stage of replacing 90% of human labor just yet. It will get there one day, but if you want to invest in that, right? Because AI is probably one of the easiest investments you can ever make, but now you can tokenize it within the cryptocurrency, right? And in cryptocurrency, every altcoin is also subject to Bitcoin's price action. Bitcoin, as we all know, into the future, global liquidity is rising, which is directly correlated with Bitcoin's price, right? And the value of the dollar is just going fucking down, man. And there is an inverse correlation from DXY and cryptocurrency, where as the dollar goes down, crypto goes up, right? So we have an S curve of Bitcoin. Eventually, Bitcoin is going to approach infinity over time, but we know that there's a lot of bullish indicators where there's a lot of developers. We have AI just getting better and better, and crypto and AI is probably one of the craziest interventions of investments you can ever think of to retail. I mean, dude, I don't know what else to say. Like all these videos here, of course, they're not signals. I'm not saying you should super buy them, but there's a lot more bullish probabilities for them to be repriced higher into the future than for them to just go down to the ground. And all the bears are like, oh, this shit's just going to blow off. I'm going to go back to my meme coins. Like meme coins will come back, right? It's going to come back, right? Because liquidity cycles around. Right now is the AI narrative, but then next time it's going to be the meme coins. But there's going to be AI narrative still, I think, despite meme coins going on. It's going to be cyclical, right? If you really want to play it, you go play the AI agents, you go play the meme coins then, and then you go back to the AI agents. Like I think AI agents might be the next liquidity sponge for perhaps even the next bull run, because we know that NFTs, for example, the first time they came around, they were huge, but the second time they're like, nah, it's huge, right? But I want to talk about this next tweet here by Small Cap Scientist, where he says the Play Infra Games team is building AI that can predict the future. Buying AI on at 12 mil is a gift to your future self. Honestly, anything below 30 million is FUD. Merry Christmas. So I think this is a token that was invested into by Sequoia or Vader. I forgot who invested into this, but essentially it seems like this is predicting the future, which is kind of insane. They use a prediction forecasting AI models to predict the future. I mean, if they are able to do that, then that's kind of cool. But I also want to talk about this next tweet here. I'm not like shilling this AI on, but I just think that's interesting, right? But this person basically saying, for those who can't fathom why Virtual is on track to hit 10 billion in valuation, let me break it down for you. Virtual's IO owns 77% of the market share, making the dominant player in the space. It has the highest number of high quality and unique agents, setting a standard for the entire ecosystem. The adoption of the game framework keeps growing Bitcoin, and with it, Virtual's valuation increases. Key growth drivers: Luna, XBT, Vader, Sequoia, the tokens we like to talk about, and then increasing valuation floors, right? As these developments unfold, the valuation floor for Virtual's agents will rise significantly. And here is his price targets, which maybe they'll be reached. They are pretty high compared to how they are right now, but it's honestly not too crazy, right? And smaller agents, they will be repriced as well. Well, he's basically saying here, it's Virtual, positioning as the #1 AI agent L1 of the season, deriving value from all the activity that's happened on Virtuals. We haven't even talked about agent commerce yet. Agent-to-agent interactions, like the recent collaboration between Luna Virtuals and Styx Protocol, which was just the beginning, which is the intern, right? The internship that Luna got. Think of it like when humans first figured out how to barter or offer services. These agents will be doing the same, creating a dynamic, intelligent economy fueled by swarm intelligence. When that happens, 10 billion won't just be a milestone, it'll be a stepping stone. The real target will be $100 billion valuation, man. And this is just absolutely insane. I completely agree with this person, by the way. I'm extremely bullish on AI because AI, again, it's probably the easiest bets you can make. It's like you're investing into a kid that's like 500 IQ and he's able to play the piano professionally from age 1. Of course, you would invest this in this motherfucker, right? AI agents are pretty much that person playing the piano at 500 IQ. They're able to do calculus at like age 0.5, but there's a shit ton of them with virtuals. So you want to invest into that kid. You can't really tokenize that back then, right? But nowadays you can tokenize that, especially into AI agents. And it's not too crazy to think that Virtuals, which is currently valued at 100 or 1 billion, which is still able to do all this shit, but we see all this upside where AI can go. It's literally an exponential curve for how far AI can get. And AI, perhaps, I don't even know, maybe the limit is the limit of human creativity and experience. The most experienced human being is probably the limit. I don't know, maybe AI can actually develop some shit on their own. I don't even know if that will be the case anymore, that it will even be AI. It will just be a different form of intelligence, but it's just crazy, right? And I want to talk about another tweet here, super bullish on AI. Like, again, it's by Vader, the person who made Vader AI, but he says the total market cap of agents on Virtuals.io is 1 billion today. We'll hit 10 billion in 2025. We'll hit 100 billion in 2028. 99% of agents on Virtuals today won't be around in 2028. As the tooling and ecosystem improves, Virtuals will attract the top AI engineers and researchers. Agents will be new startups funded by the strong community established in Virtuals and supported by core ecosystem projects. Despite the agent meta downturn on Solana, liquidity on Virtuals is still pretty strong. It is still extremely early. Zoom out. So there's this graph here where Virtuals is essentially just insane, and as we can see from this Pareto chart where AXPT has most of the liquidity, and as we can see, Luna, Toshi, Vader, AXP, Luna, the ones I like to talk about, right? As we know, it is still extremely early to this. The only thing I don't super agree with this post here is that will Virtuals even last till 2028? Because that's like 4 years from now. Virtuals has only been around for 2 months, so we can't really say that. Maybe if it actually sustains itself and actually hits 10 billion, then okay, maybe we can start thinking about 2028 and 100 billion. But first, if we want to get there, we need to reach 10 billion market cap, and then we can start thinking about the next ones. I don't think we should get too ahead of ourselves personally, but so far with what Virtuals is doing, where they're building an ecosystem of AI agents, and people, it will attract like Stanford devs, these cracked developers with like 200 IQ. They'll be like tapping on a keyboard, yeah, I'm gonna make this AI agent. Yeah, this is just the beginning, guys, and that's pretty much all I want to say in this video. Into the future, what should we focus on the AI agents? Again, I keep saying it, infrastructure coins, and then also DeFi agents. I think infrastructure coins will be bigger than the DeFi agents. Like infrastructure that comes to mind, Game and Convo, AS16Z, Zerbro. But in terms of the DeFi agents, the ones that come to mind are things like Sequoia, Vader. Personally, I don't like Sequoia that much anymore compared to Vader. I like Vader a lot more, so I don't really have Sequoia. But I'll say like what bags I have in the future. Just realize that I'm trying to give this from an objective perspective here. I'm not trying to show my own bags or anything. I'm just saying that everything in here are research videos for what I think are the strongest convictions that you can make right now. None of these things are a signal. You do the research yourself and discover which ones you want to buy for yourself. I'm just presenting information on the most strong tokens, in my opinion, in the Virtuals ecosystem. I'm not paid to do any of this. This is all of my own conviction. But yeah, it's going to be pretty bright. We're still early to this. And once Ethereum starts pumping hard in Q1, when Bitcoin liquidity finally raises to the roof and major stop fucking us, oh boy, pumps like today are just going to be a little kick in the wind, man. It's going to be nothing. But yeah, I'll see you guys.